Alrighty, I can't even wait till the end of the day to show you these two awesome discoveries I found. So, first of all, Scotch-Brite pads. Fan-freaking-tastic for sanding. I had no idea that they would work on epoxy, and my dad was like, yeah. I was like, sweet. So, if you don't believe me, Scotch-Brite pad, epoxy. Dust. Clean section. See, I scratched it. Dust. So it works fantastic on epoxy because you're able to get it ridiculously smooth without marring any surface. You can't remove a lot of material, so it allows you to get baby smooth, like the best high grit sandpaper. Can't touch this. Right? So Scotch-Brite pads, take them out of your freaking kitchen. But that's one. The second is the issue with redoing, like, once you do a really light sand like that, like on here, then you have to put a coat over it, and you don't want it to drip or run or anything. That's the problem with using a brush. Now, use a foam brush. Drip a little bit of epoxy on, and just drag it around. Because all you need for the flood coat after you've sanded it, like ridiculous, like I did, all you need is just this super duper duper thin coat. You don't need to use a ton. You just need to coat it just a little bit. And I've got so little on there that I have to go back through and hit sections again in order to cover them all the way. So this is just an incredibly thin coat here, almost like I'm adding a clear coat. It's literally what this is. I didn't add any dye to this one. Clear resin on that. So this is basically my epoxy clear coat. I'm just going through and filling it in. So there's so little epoxy here that it can't run. It can barely hold bubbles because there's not much epoxy there. So I had to stop everything and show you guys because it's absolutely fantastic. Because now I'm going to save a ton of resin on this final job, and it's not going to run. So it's fantastic, and I'm no longer afraid of having to sand and do flood coats because this isn't going to take much at all. I'm almost done with this whole panel, and I've used less than an ounce of resin. And another problem with brushes is you'll accidentally pull out a hair on the brush because, it's a brush. It's a foam brush, so you can't have that happen. And if you don't start or stop in the middle of a panel, you also don't have any air bubbles. Any big ones, anyway. You can still have a few little ones. And you can use the edges of the foam to get out any little pieces of junk that happen to get stuck in the epoxy. Just keep going. Spread it out. Really light coat. Look at that. That's how you keep it from dripping. And this brush isn't loaded either. I mean, it's just very, very light coat. That's the best part about it. So, I just thought I'd show you guys that, because I think that's fantastic. You use a really small amount of resin, and you can recoat the whole thing, which is great, because epoxy resin ain't cheap. You don't have to worry about drips on sensitive areas like this underside of this handle. that you normally really have to be cautious about, don't worry about it. Half a drop of resin does the whole panel. So that's that update for you guys there. Completely unintentional, not end of the night update as usual. But I just thought I'd show you. You get super duper thin, awesome clear coat over this stuff. So thanks for watching.